The making of a global world, the pre modern world. When we talk of globalization, we often refer to an economic system that has emerged since the last 50 years or so. But as you will see in this chapter, the meaning of the global world has a long history of trade, of migration, of people in search of work, the movement of capital, and much else. As we think about the dramatic and visible signs of global interconnectedness in our lives today, we need to understand the phases through which this world in which we live has emerged. So, globalization is not a modern phase. Since ancient times, globalization has been taking place. Since pre-colonial era, the movement of goods, transport through ship or on camelback through caravan, the Silk Route, transport of labor, capital, all this thing together involves globalization. All through history, human societies have become steadily more interlinked. From ancient times, travelers, traders, priests, and pilgrims traveled vast distances for knowledge and opportunity and spiritual fulfillment or to escape persecution. They carried goods, money, values, skills, ideas, inventions, and even germs and diseases. As early as 3000 BCE, an active coastal trade linked the Indus Valley civilization with present day West Asia. For more than a millennia, cowries, the Hindi kauri, or seashells used as a form of currency. From the Maldives, they way to China and East Africa. The long distance spread of diseases carrying germs may be traced as far back as the 7th century. By the 13th century, it had become an unmistakable link. Silk routes link the world. The Silk routes are a good example of vibrant pre modern trade and cultural links between distant parts of the world. The name Silk Routes points to the importance of westbound Chinese silk cargoes along this route. Historians have identified several silk routes, other over land and by sea, knitting together vast regions of Asia and linking Asia with Europe and northern Africa. They are known to have existed since before the Christian era and thrived almost till the 15th century. But Chinese pottery also traveled the same route as did textiles and spices from India and Southeast Asia. In return, precious metals, gold and silver, flowed from Europe to Asia. Trade and cultural exchanges always went hand in hand. Early Christian missionaries almost certainly traveled this route to Asia, as did early Muslim preachers a few centuries later. Much before all this, Buddhism emerged from eastern India and spread in several directions through intersecting points on the Silk routes.